Here is our second drawing exercise. This also comes in two parts. We have part 1 and part 2 in this file. But if we have, if time permits, then we can just simply combine these two parts together in just one video. So to start our drawing, recall first that I mentioned about starting the drawing with an analysis first. Take a pause for a while and think about the drawings. Think about the shapes and also the dimensions and the nodes if there are any, because in that way we can be able to determine which combination of drawing tools and modified tools are best for these activities. Okay, so if you think about this drawing, we can see actually concentric circles. And when I say concentric circles, that means that the circle, let's say this innermost circle and the outermost circle, their centers are on the same point. So that's what we say, that's the term for concentric. So what that means is we can actually start our drawings from this point, from this concentric circle. Right, so we'll start drawing this innermost circle, and the diameter is 25, and then the second circle, that is 50, and then this is actually a circle, and this is, or we can use a trim command afterwards, right? So we'll construct the circles, and then the outermost circle, that is 120. Okay, another here is we have here a node 3 times 12 units diameter at 75 diameter circle. What that means is we have 3 circles, small circles, and the diameter of that 3 circles are 12 units, and their center points lie on this 75 diameter circle in these center lines, these yellow center lines. Okay, and what else? You can also notice symmetrical objects like these circles. These 3 circles, they actually, it looks like we can do an array or a polar array to be specific. So we'll do an array command here. Okay, another one is, how do we draw this? These lines, we are given with a 60-degree angle, and recall that the angle from this or along this axis, or along the x-axis, that angle, that included angle from this point to this point, that is 180 degrees. So 180 degrees, actually these are symmetrical, divided by 3, so this is 60, this is 60, this is 60. Okay, so we can do polar array, I think. If we construct a line here, so construct that line, and then we array it, and even if we array it along this 360 degrees angle, then we can actually do these drawings. Okay, so another thing to point out is that if we do mirror, because this is also symmetrical, but there's a lot of objects to be drawn first, so that's why the best option here is the polar array. Okay, so starting now, I'll go to this visible lines layer, and then I'll start constructing my circles. So type C, and then specify center points, then the diameter. We are given with the diameter, but the status bar says specify radius. So instead of specifying the radius, I would like to specify the diameter. So type D, then press enter, and then specify the diameter. So 25. Okay, next, circle again, specify center, type D, then type 50. Okay, next, type C, specify center again, type D, and type 100. Okay, and lastly, for the outermost center, by the way, you notice here that center, so specify center point. So sometimes if you can't actually find this center point right here, we can type send just to call out for our snap options here, because there are a lot um, of object snaps that's possible, because sometimes you can have this. So to be sure that we are referring to, or that we will get this center, so you can just type send. So you will see, if you type the send, so that's center, it doesn't show any snap, I mean other snaps. So then specify, and then type D, type 120. Right, so that's our circle. Then next one, we will do these three circles, but to do that we have to construct first the 75 diameter circle. So type C again, and then press enter, specify first point, and then type D, and then type 75. Okay, so this 75 diameter, we'll change this to the center lines layer. And you notice that in these center lines, if we check this, let's check the properties of the lines. Center lines, it says continuous. Continuous. We'll change this to center. Okay, type, click OK, and then exit. So that's our center lines. Okay, so next is, we'll do this three circles. So type C, then specify first point, so, or center point. The center point is, we can start here because that's, I mean, we have a quadrant point right away. Unlike here, we have to do a rotate, so that's not the best option. So we'll start here. Okay, and then type D for the diameter, and then type 12. Okay, so next is array. So we can array this. You can click this array, or just type AR, press enter, select objects, and then press enter again. And then it says here, enter array type. Right, enter array type. So rectangular, path, or polar. So type PO, or actually that's the default. You can just press enter if you'd like. And then specify center point. So our center point is here. And then our items. So type I, and then type 3 only. Type 3. Okay, and then press enter. So there we go. Okay, next one is, we'll construct these lines. These lines. So type L for the line, and then specify first point, and then here's my second point, or maybe again. So type L, then specify first point, and then here's my second point. Okay, because we only need these lines right here. You can do so if you choose this first point, but then you have to trim that. So to minimize the trims, then we'll just choose this first point, and here's our second point. Okay, and then how many items? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so array again, type AR, select objects, and then press enter. The default is polar, so press enter, and then specify center point, and then it's already 6, so press enter. So there we go. And then to finish the drawings, you will notice that there is no lines here, or circle here, portion of circle. So we have to trim that. So type TR, press enter, and then just do the trims. Right, so there we go. And then lastly, we have to put dimensions. So I'll change my layers, and then dimensions, let's start with the circle. So diameter, or sorry, I think we also miss center lines. We'll put center lines first. For the center lines, then we'll change to annotate tab, and then click center mark. So we'll click the circle so that we can have the lines extended, because if not, if we check here, then the lines are only up to this circle, right? So again, center mark these lines. Then what else? Also this, we also need the center marks for the circle, but the center marks we need to array the center marks. So type AR, press enter, and then click the center marks and press enter, enter array type, that's polar, specify center points, and then type the items. We only need 3, and then press enter. Okay, so next it's time for us to do the dimensioning. So change the layer to dimensions, and then okay, specify the diameter. So 25, and then what else? 50, then 100 and 120. And also this, we or the angle. Okay, for the angle, we can just select this and that, and then that's 60 degrees. Okay, to specify this, what we'll be needing is this one, a leader. To specify a leader. So instead of using, to make this one, this is actually a leader. So click this. They say here specify leader arrowhead location or other options. So we'll just click this. Maybe we'll click anywhere along this along the circle. To do that, if you notice our snap settings, we must click this one, nearest, right? So click that, and then so you see that anywhere along this circle we can attach the leader. Okay, and then specify landing location. So where do we want to land this? There or here or wherever. Okay, so maybe here. Then after specifying the landing location, and it says we have here the typing options. So it says 3 times, so 3 and then times, okay, dash, let's put a space, 3 times 12 diameter. So to do the diameter, we will need shift 5 for the percentage, and then C. Okay, again, so press shift and then 5 for the percentage, and then type C. That's automatic for the diameter. Then 12. Okay, type at, okay, again 75 circle, right? Or we can enter this if you'd like. So there we go. Okay, next one is this. So again, analyze. It's almost the same. We have concentric circles and we have some arrays here. We can do arrays because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, except that in this portion we can just delete this. We array these objects, these small circles, into 8 items, I think, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then just simply delete this portion. Okay, so I think that's the best option. Okay, so again, start our invisible lines. So type C for the center, and the diameter is for the innermost circle is 25. And then next is this circle right here. This is 80. So we have 80, 90, and 110. So 80, and then 90, and 10. You can do offset if you'd like. 90 and 110. Okay, next one is, how about, I think we'll do the lines first. So we have these lines, think if this is I mean, if we have a point here and we have a circle here and a circle here, then that means that this circle is 45, right? So this is 45. This line here must be 50, I guess. Sorry, 30. So I'll construct a line. So type L, and then from the center and here, just to make sure, and then press enter. I will rotate this line. I will rotate this line 30 degrees, because again, if the angle from this to that, the angle here is 90, and the midpoint or the mid angle is 45. This one should be maybe 30. Right, so we'll rotate this RO for shortcut of rotate, and then select objects, then press enter, specify base point, and then type the angle. So the angle is 30. Okay, so that's 30. We also have 30 here with respect to this, and then maybe we'll just do a mirror, right? We can do a mirror. So type MI, and then, or maybe trim first. We'll trim this portion. So type TR. Okay, and then next is rotate. Mirror. Type MI. So select the object, press enter. Specify first point of mirror line. So we'll mirror here along the horizontal. So turn your ortho mode on, so that it's purely orthogonal. Okay, and then what else? Mirror again. Just press enter. Select objects. So the two objects are, we have to select the two objects, right? And then first point of mirror line and the second point of mirror line. Okay, so I think we can now do some trims, right? So let's do trimmings again. So TR, press enter, and then what else? Maybe this, and this, right? Okay, next one is, let's create this small circles, but we have to construct first this circle with 100 units diameter. So C, or maybe change to layer, center lines layer, type C, select center point, and then type the diameter D equals 100. Okay, and to do that, there should be center lines. So again, I have to change here, center lines. Okay, so next is what's the diameter of the small circles? That's 5 units. Okay, so back again to my visible lines, type C for the center, specify. Let's remove now the near. Okay, we'll remove this, and what we want is the quadrant. Alright, so type D, and then 5, and then AR. Let's do an array. So select objects, press enter for polar, and then specify center point, and then items, choose 8, right? And then press enter once again. Okay, so that's it. But you'll notice here that if you click these objects, they are actually set in one block. So we have to explode this. We have to explode this so that we can delete this circle only and this circle. So to do that, let's check if we have an explode command. Okay, so shortcut, just type X right here, X. If you type X, you say explode, so we have to explode this, and then enter. So now you can actually select each individual circles. So press this delete, and also that one. Okay, so lastly, we have to do the center lines. So change my layer to center lines, and then annotate tabs. Check, click center marks. So there we go. Then press enter, and let's now change our layers to dimensions, and then put dimensions on these drawings. So diameter, so here's our diameters. So maybe this will change. Okay, and then the multi-liter for this 6 times uh, 5, sorry, at, what's the circle, at 100. Okay, at circle. Okay, so that's our drawing exercise number 2.